What's going on, guys? No Guides here, and I'll be explaining, from my opinion, why I think EA can't fix FIFA 19, the game that we all love, the game that simulates football, or the closest you could say simulate, even though it's more of an arcade game. But we all love FIFA so much, that's the truth. I love FIFA because of football, and I'm sure many of you like playing FIFA for the same. And that's the reason we keep coming back to the game, whether it's broken or not. We all know the current state of the game. I don't need to get into that. The many improvements that needs to be made. But why doesn't EA actually fix the issues? This is what the big question is. So I'll just give you my opinion on why I think it is. Let's be real. No one really plays the journey. I think they're removing it next year. Hardly anyone does. Kickoff, you play with your friends or around. After the licensing of Champions League, I mean, they don't really make use of it. Offline, there's no online mode for the offline Champions League. Um, Maybe in Ultimate Team, obviously, they have the player license, they have the UCL cards. But the main gem and jewel of FIFA for us as consumers, as for FIFA, as like for the profit, it's all from Ultimate Team. Now, this is what we love the most. But we know ever since the introduction of the Frostbite engine, every year the game just gets, in my opinion, it's been progressively getting worse from FIFA 17 onwards. And I think the whole issue is that the game itself is just fundamentally broken from the core. Kickoff glitch, where kickoff glitch exists in the game. It's been there for years. Of course, EA are never going to admit it, but we've seen it FIFA 18. We've seen it in the pro stages. You guys know very well, too well, that a kickoff glitch exists. You've probably experienced it yourself. It's the same thing with menus. Why are the menus so slow? People don't understand this as well, but it should be fluid, even loading into the menus. Why is it so slow? Well, the truth is, people don't notice, but when you're actually loading into the Ultimate Team, you're actually loading into the practice arena, and all that's happening is another layer which shows Ultimate Team is showing up. That's why Ultimate Team takes such a long time to get into. Even if you go into a game online, sometimes, for example, I'm talking about Ultimate Team here, you find a game online and you load the game up and you see your opposition's team, and sometimes you can hear, you can press square or your shoot button and you can hear the ball ricocheting off the post, or you can hear the ball going into the back of the net, you can hear the net crinkling, you can hear that because this is actually in the background. So when you see the opposition's team, that's just a layer on top of what you see. The arena is actually loaded in the background. See, that's what I'm trying to say. The game is broken from the core because when they introduced Ultimate Team, they built it not as a completely different feature. They have practice. That's why it's taking so long to load now, because it's loading practice arena in the background, and then this is just a layer on top. That's why the gameplay is so laggy. Obviously the servers are to some extent are attributed to it, and then obviously the game coding. But that's why you find so much delay even in the menus. So the big question is, why can't EA just fix the issue? I mean, surely they know about it. Well, you see, that's the whole point. But it's not that simple. EA are not stupid. They understand there's issues in the game. People just think EA are oblivious. Of course they know. They're not going to openly admit, oh yes, we acknowledge this. Thank you very much. This is a very old game, and it's just been built on top of every year on year on year. Another problem is obviously if you fix one thing, other things can change. We know the position glitch all too well. We know that, well, this only got fixed recently, but we knew if you change, for example, a player in the middle of a match, sometimes your striker ends up becoming a right back or whatever. This was the position glitch. Now, obviously in December, EA, I guarantee you they knew about this. They obviously tried to fix it. They realized they couldn't fix it because if they fixed it, another issue might have arisen. Maybe, for example, they tried to fix it and they realized that now dynamic tactics is not working at all. So that's why it took such a long time for them to fix it. That's understandable. That's why it got delayed. People just think EA are just completely in the dark. They look at Reddit, they look at Twitter, they know what's going on. Just because they don't reply, they always read everything. That's what businesses do. They analyze, they look at what people are saying, then they try to make the changes. You see what I'm saying? Like here, look, we see this is in late February when an update just came out just recently. I think it was last Tuesday from when this video is being uploaded. They finally addressed the issue of players just being swapped sometimes on the pitch. They fixed that now, but obviously this is something that can be fixed. Some things like kickoff glitch, it cannot be fixed at all because the game is just broken. I mean, I guarantee you, FIFA 18, they knew kickoff glitch existed, 100%. They probably knew it when the game came out, but they're not going to admit it, and they know that they can't fix it. Believe me, they would have fixed it by now if they could. They probably tried to fix it, they realized they couldn't, and they just had to leave it. They had no other choice. And let's just make this very clear. the coin term scripting is not kickoff glitch. Kickoff glitch is not. I don't believe in scripting as it is, but kickoff glitch isn't scripting. Scripting is a predefined measure, which is when you play against AI, which obviously you're playing against AI is a different situation. But the kickoff glitch in an online match is an actual game coding error. The game is fundamentally broken in when they coded and made the game. It's existed, and what they're doing is because they're building on FIFA 17 and FIFA 18. FIFA 19 is just FIFA 18 refined. That's all it is. There's no actual other difference. That's why they can't fix it, if that makes sense. And obviously, as I said, they're not stupid. They know players are leaving because of glitch like this. So obviously, they're going to fix it. And the way I like to say it is with a tree analogy. I know people laugh at it, but it's like FIFA's like a tree. And every year, the tree gets cut down and the tree regrows. But the same problem is that the roots are always there. You know, yes, the tree grows again, but the roots are still there. The only way of fixing it is by actually taking the roots out. They have to actually recreate FIFA again. But to program the entire FIFA is going to take, well, not years, but it'll take a couple of years to do. That's like modern games like Fortnite. It's a completely different. You can't compare FIFA to Fortnite. They're different games, but the base mechanics and the base structure of FIFA is much more complicated, in my opinion, than Fortnite. Especially because this game's been going on for years and years and years, whereas Fortnite was another game previously, and that was adapted. It's a bit different, and that's the whole subject, you could say. We know there's some things in the game that exist for a reason. So, for example, there's some tactical and business and political decisions. For example, Ronaldo being removed from the cover. We all know of these allegations. The reason why they removed him and they put Dybala now on the cover or whatever, and Neymar, of course they say it's to give the youngsters a chance, but that's just politically correct way of saying we don't want anything to do with Ronaldo. He might have some allegations against him. He's a brand ambassador. We don't want him. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of things that go behind the scenes that are politics that have a real reason. It's the same reason why AI exists. Defending AI and part of the bus is there because the average player, maybe not me, and maybe not you, but you and I are an exception. Let's say, for example, the average player that doesn't watch these videos, that gets just qualifies for FUT Champs barely, and then maybe get goal 3 when they try super hard. EA want to target them because they spend money on the game. They're the ones that are buying the packs to buy the team of the week players. It's all about making money at the end of the day. You know, that's just how it is. It's the same thing like with the menu filtering system. People ask, well, why don't they have a feature where you can search for a specific place? I'll give an example. Like if you choose, for example, Sterling, you can't actually differentiate between the different specials. So you have, like, for example, you know, the road to the final card, the inform, the Champions League card, the second inform. Why can't you differentiate between these cards? Well, you see, I think this is there for a reason, in my opinion, because if this existed, people can make a lot more money with trading because you can snipe players, and it kind of fixes the market. It makes it easier to make money trading. Now, EA don't want you to trade. EA want you to make money by buying FIFA points. It's a business, if that makes sense. And it's the same with pack luck. And I don't know why people expect you to open an ultimate pack, and expect a walkout. You shouldn't. An ultimate pack shouldn't have a walkout. Air defending is there, of course, again, to help promote pay to win. They want players to buy money to buy packs. I don't buy packs. Do you think EA targets someone like me? I mean, whether I play with a 15k team or a very good team, I still know I get decent in weekend league. But it doesn't affect me because I can play without an amazing team. But the average player who's maybe not so good at this game, they need these good players. They need full team of the year players to even get a decent record, to even get 15 wins. That's the point I'm trying to say to you. And there's other things as well, like even the issues of servers. That's a complete different topic. But servers, for example, in my opinion, the button delay is to do with the game code. This is for another video, but it's the same thing here. EA are not stupid. They would have put 20 more servers around the world if they could. They probably analyzed this and they figured out it's not going to make any difference. Because I think personally, the issues with delay is when you press X on your controller and that goes to the server and that gets relayed to the server and then back down to your opponent's console. So if I'm playing on PS4, I press X, it goes to the server, I think it's registered, and goes back to his console. The whole issue is with the coding of the game, because the game is broken, it's causing the delay. I don't think it's to do with the servers, because if we play, okay, you can argue that if you play friendlies, it's peer to peer, right? It's a better server. I mean, it's so bad that I can play champs and have a worse connection than someone who, I'm from London, I can play someone who's in California on a 1 bar connection and have less lag and button delay on a friendly game than I can have in a Foot Champs game with someone who only lives 100 miles away from me. It's a joke. But I think it's the game, it's not the servers, it's the actual game itself. And the solution is, the honest truth is, they have to make the game from scratch again. FIFA 21, they've already made it. Let's be real, it's probably in the alpha stages already. They probably decided what's in the game ready. They probably made it in December, planned it out. The game's already made by now. They're probably testing stuff out, finalizing stuff. The second release of alpha or the pre-beta will probably be released in July, and then we'll get the game in September. That's FIFA 20. FIFA 20's basically been already, in a sense, made in some respect. But unless they remake the game from scratch, yes, it will take years. We're gonna be screwed. And listen, don't blame the developers. You know, people always think it's the developer's problem, a fault. It's not. The developers are only the little boys, you could say, in the company. You know, the developers don't make the choice. They're just told by the big boys, you do this, you implement this. I'm sure, very sure, there's some developers in EA who want to fix kickoff glitch, but maybe they know they can't change it because EA won't let them, the big boys who care about the money and the business aspect of EA. I understand that the developers are just doing their job, so don't blame. I see people on Twitter shouting at developers, "You're not doing anything." It's not their fault. It's like when you work for a company, you do what your manager tells you. You don't do what you want to do. This is what people don't understand. You can't be blaming the small developers who are just doing their job. So that's why I say I'm completely against the hate against any developers. And obviously EA aren't going to admit the flaws. They're fully aware of what's going on. They know what kickoff glitch is. They know all the glitches that exist in the game. They tried their best to fix it, but they can't. As simple as that. Now, of course, you can have the argument that they're being complacent. The whole game of FIFA is a complete monopoly. You know, we know very well after they introduced the champion, well, PES, you can argue is the only competitor to FIFA, right? After PES 6, PES has been way, way, way behind. Because obviously a lot of the programs went from PES to FIFA. But more importantly, Champions League, the only thing that PES had going for them, licensing, apart from a few clubs, was Champions League. They've lost that now. FIFA, they can no way compete with FIFA. The amount of money that FIFA can bid for Champions League license way more than anyone else, right? They got the Champions League license now. It's a complete and utter monopoly. PES can't do nothing about this. That's why no one plays PES. That's the truth. PES is a better simulator game than FIFA in terms of football. FIFA is more of an arcade game. But like they want to make money, you know, especially how FIFA is now developing in China. They're probably concentrating their efforts in how can we make the Chinese market, the game more appealing to them? How can we make them more interested in the game? Don't forget as well, I think 50% of EA's profits surely must come from Ultimate Team. This is where the most of the money come from. I understand this. They know the issues. They tried their best to fix it. They probably can't fix a lot of these issues. So us shouting on Reddit, yes, it's going to make a difference collectively. But I think deep down, genuinely, they know they can't fix this kickoff glitch. They've tried to fix it. They know themselves they can't fix it. And that's what I'm trying to say. Unless they remake the entire game, to be completely honest, we're completely screwed. The only hope we have in the next 2 years, because FIFA 20 is going to be the exact same thing. I'll be sitting here, if I continue making these videos and my channel grows, I'll be sitting here with maybe a slightly bigger audience making the same video explaining why the game is broken in FIFA 20, and I'll relate back to this video because it's the same issue. The tree analogy comes back. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is just my take on why I think they can't fix it. As I said, short and simple, the game is fundamentally broken. They tried to fix one thing, another thing happens, another issue happens. A lot of things they can't fix. For me right now, I'm happy this year. SBCs have been fantastic. I mean, they've released some of the best content, the flashback cards of all time. But to be honest, I don't care about SPCs. For me, I like playing the beautiful game. I like replicating. I watch a football game and I feel like jumping on FIFA to replicating the game that I just watched or how I would have played it. I don't play FIFA for the SPCs. For me, if they just even if the finishing and park the bus is so terrible as it is, even though the average player who's better than a player that's parking the bus will lose, if they just somehow fix the delay issue in FIFA 20, I'll be more than happy. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. This is just my opinions. I'll be interested to hear your comments. Interested to hear your opinions in the comment sections down below. Thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one.